just say go. You ain't count. You ain't doing nothing. Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to the Lavish and Coco podcast. I am Coco, and him over there is Mr. Lavish.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Lavish. You are watching the Lavish and Coco podcast. Today, we got an interesting show. I'm not sure what Coco has in store, what she wants to talk about.
Why you put it on me?
Can I finish my intro, or you will cut me off?
It's too long.
Thank you. I'm not sure what she got in store, what she wants to talk about, but I want to talk about this past weekend.
Let's talk about that.
I want to talk about this past weekend.
Go ahead.
I want to talk about this accident that I watched. I didn't watch it unfold, but I was there, watched the aftermath, seen the aftermath, and you know what an SUV is, just like the one you drive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what it once was, only to become scrap.
Yeah.
On impact. When I say scrap, the only way and reason I was able to identify that vehicle was because I'm in the cars. And I seen the factory rim. And the factory rim was my identification of what type of vehicle that could have been, which I was correct. That was the only identification of that vehicle.
Wow.
On 96. And when I got there, actually, I was there because I got a call to tow a car on 96.
Okay.
Not knowing that it was an accident down there. Someone that was in that traffic, car started up. And they told me where they were at, and I was headed there, and I got a phone call from someone else that just assumed by me being a tow truck driver, I would be there. And I'm not putting the two together. I'm like, yeah, I'm headed there. Now I'm headed to 96. Why you say that? No, we just figured that you would be over there. And I'm like, yeah, well, somebody called me thinking they gave me the number not about the crash, because I don't know about the crash yet.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm headed over there. And they're like, yeah, because they say that it's a lot of people over there. And I'm like, okay. And as I'm talking, I'm pulling up to get on the freeway, thinking I'm going to get on the freeway. And I'm like, yeah, man, there's a lot of people over here. I don't know what's going on, because at first it didn't register that it was something on the freeway. Mm-hmm. So now I'm looking like, man, there's a lot of people over here. What's going on? Then I see people standing over the freeway. So my first thought was, man, this dude did not tell me he had an accident.
So, and it was two different incidents. It was you going to get somebody who car started.
Correct.
And you didn't even know anything about the fatal crash.
Correct. So I'm like, man, he didn't tell me that it was an accident. He's just like, man, I'm on the freeway, blah, 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 blah. So as I go over the overpass and I look down,
you could see it.
I could see it. But I'm thinking still, man, this dude done told me one thing. And this is something totally different. They got the police out here, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I stopped. And something happened. When I called him, he didn't answer. And I'm like, nah, I feel like I'm wasting my time. And then I look over to see like what's really going on, waiting on the guy to call me back to say, ain't no way I can get this car. I want you to find out that's not him.
Okay.
And I'm like, wow. Now I'm listening to a lot of hearsay of what's going on, misinformation, all that kind of stuff. But there was bodies on the ground.
Four young men.
Four, all under 25.
Yeah, from like ages 21 to 25. Yeah, absolutely.
Correct. And that was on Mother's Day.
Or was it the Saturday?
No, it was Sunday.
Okay.
It was actually Mother's Day. So you got four individuals. Each one had mothers. Just imagine the trauma and the pain and the feeling that the mothers got to deal with, knowing on Mother's Day they lost their loved one.
Yeah.
As well as other family members.
Four young men. And some of the information, and we really don't have
all of the information.
But they said some of the bodies were on impact, ejected from the vehicle, and all that stuff. This is the part that It's concerning, and it's also telling of the times and the things that we are dealing with. You were there, and it's so hard for you and other people that are there to do what they do. And although that was not your intended location, you wound up there. The onlookers, the people that are in the way, the people that are just in the way, and move. It may be a possibility that somebody may be saved. You're in the way. Move your nosy, goofy ass out the way. You just there looking. They can't get through. They got to go up the wrong side of the freeway. They got to come down the ramp. So now the people that are present to save lives and do what they have to do, they got to navigate around your goofy ass because you've chosen that this going to be the spot that you stop in and start videotaping. Move. I wish it was some kind of system in place that the onlookers and the people that are actually, not the people that get caught in the accident, but the onlookers, the people that are just in the way, I wish they could get ticketed. I really, really
Well,
do.
here go the thing for that particular scene. The crash initially took place on the express side of 96. Mm-hmm. The impact was so hard. I seen the motor on the local side of 96. So you had the local side of the freeway completely closed.
Absolutely.
Then the express side, 2 lanes were closed. Actually, to be honest with you, technically all of the lanes were closed, but you had traffic still coming through that had to go up the shoulder.
And then,
and for as long as I was out there, I know it's the freeway, and I've seen them shut down freeways for other things. I'm not sure why they didn't shut down that express lane so that cars will not be able to go past, because they were going over the shoulder. I was there every bit of 45 minutes. Okay. Cars were still going. I know when I did leave, they had the ramp going on to the local side blocked off. But you still had traffic where at some point in time they should, and from what I think, they should have blocked the express lane from cars coming, because the express lane starts right after Davidson, right there. Just so no cars can come by. So now you have these people that's going by. They're actually seeing these bodies.
Yeah, but so here's how they do it in instances based on, and we both know some of the same people that are first responders. The first priority is the element of safety. So you have to secure that area as much as possible, but you also have to make sure ain't no fuel leaking, ain't nothing that's combustible leaking, ain't none of that stuff leaking or whatever. Then you have to look for, okay, is this person, that person, this person, these people, are there any children, and all of that. So it's a process, and sometimes they don't actually block the area off. Sometimes it may take an hour or longer depending on the safety element. So what may seem like, why they ain't do this to us, for them, they like, okay, well, this is here and this is this and blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. So it becomes like a process of elimination, if you will. Y'all listening to the Lavish and Coco podcast. Make sure y'all like us and subscribe to us and follow us and all that stuff. And we definitely sending our love and prayers and all of that stuff to the families of these 4 young men. Speaking of young men, Mr. Lavish.
Yeah.
My man Jay Morant, that play basketball for Memphis. The baby 22, 23 years old, and he is worth almost $200 million, right?
Right.
He chooses to brandish a weapon, and he's been in trouble before. He chooses to brandish a weapon on social media. And everybody, Kwame Brown, everybody, Shannon Sharp, everybody going at him. And this is, I'm going to say this, and I want people to really, really understand. This baby is 23, 24 years old, and he's making almost $250 million. That's what they say he's worth in his contract.
Okay.
How do you expect this young man to act? Um, it's so much learning that has to go on in his life. Oh, he didn't got in trouble before. He has. He has. And I think it's some accountability from everybody that's involved, especially the NBA and professional athletes and teams or whatever. It has to be a checks and balances, but because talented black men and talented men of color to a lot of people are disposable, I'm gonna say that. How you are and your mental state and what you do is not always a priority. So now that he's brandished a weapon and all of that stuff, and I think it's a suspension involved, everybody going crazy. And I want to ask people that's older than that, if you had $200 million all of a sudden, how much sense would you have? And once you people around you find out you got it, how's your circle gonna be? Lavish, I'm asking you, you get $200 million and you're a little older. You old enough to be Jay Moran father, but you get $200 million.
I'm not that old, Coco.
Oh, Lavish, you old enough to have a child 20. I don't know why you keep running around here acting like you 10 to 15
Coco,
years old.
I'm still a young man, Coco.
Okay, I'm still a young woman, but did this here. This the overplay. You old enough to have a child that's 20.
Carry on.
Whoever want to crack you in your head with this bullshit you be acting like.
Carry on. Hey, listen. I'm still a young guy.
But you still old enough to have a child 20.
Carry on.
You don't want to, okay. So listen. You get $200 million within the next 24 hours. All of a sudden, your life as you know it has changed. It ain't the normal lavish life that you've had. Now watch him get real philosophical. Phone's ringing. Hello? We can't answer the phone. We doing a whole podcast right now.
Listen,
a whole ass podcast.
Listen.
I want to hear this.
They don't know that. Mm-hmm. If I had $2 million.
No, I didn't say 10.
You said two.
200 million.
200,
almost
whatever
a quarter of a billion.
Whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Whatever the dollar amount is.
Yeah, just think about it.
Okay.
You could buy the Renaissance Center probably.
Right. However.
Watch this. Hear this bullshit. Go ahead.
Coco, we live on the air and you just running your mouth.
Because I want to hear you lie.
I ain't gonna lie. About what?
Go and get the 200 million.
No. So here's the thing, Coco. You got to think about a person's background and where they come from. For one, everybody's upbringing is different and everybody values money differently. Mm-hmm. If I personally, coming from Puritan, coming from the hood, I wasn't raised in the slums, but I wasn't raised, with a silver spoon. Mm-hmm. I didn't get and couldn't have any and everything that I wanted. So the way that I'm going to value money is going to be a lot different than how some other people might value money. So me personally, just because I know the environment that I'm in, I'm trying to disappear.
Okay, yeah.
That's what me personally, I'm trying. I don't even have to have $200 million. If I have $1 million or two, I'm trying to disappear.
You out, you go.
And I'm trying to stay out of the way because my life has showed me what money can do. My life has showed me, hey, if I get money, now I got all these friends over here that does not mean me any good. That's me. That's what I would do.
So imagine this 20-some-year-old young man who got all this money and they want him just to be a normal athlete, make it to practice, do this and do that. And his entire world has been changed based on what his skill set is.
No, but as I dig into certain things, the kid wasn't born and raised like how we were.
No, but
so he's doing stuff that he doesn't have to do. He's living a life now with money that people without money is living because that's how they live until they get money and then they grow and go. So he's reverting backwards.
So do you think the stuff that he's doing is because he wants them to see him as this tough guy and not as this multimillionaire athlete, or do you think it may be some mental illness or something else involved?
One, I want to say that I think we use mental illness too loosely now. It's like a defense or a way to allow or accept people for doing something foolishly. I think that mental illness is real, but we using it to point the blame on everything somebody does. And I don't know him or follow him enough to really say why he's doing what he's doing. His behavior, because keep in mind there's a lot of individuals that have been drafted from high school and college that made it to the pros, and their behavior is not such. It could be his surrounding and people that surround him. But then again, if you keep a caged animal in a cage and he's caged for most of his life, just like a dog, if you open up the cage,
he's gonna still stay in the cage.
No.
You think he's gonna run out?
He's gonna run out and not know how to control him. You go take an animal, you go take a dog. You look at the people who have animals. I want to use dogs. You can see a man walking down the street with his dog with no leash, and the dog is right on side of him. You can see that same dog looking at people and will not go over there. You can see that same dog outside with the fence unlocked, and he knows not to go outside the fence. And then you take a guy or an animal and you don't train him. You keep him in the yard all the time. You're not teaching him. You're not taking him for long walks. What do you think is gonna happen when that gate opens up? He's not gonna just sit in the yard. He's gonna run wild. You gotta go and chase the dog. Come here, follow him, look for him. And I relate that to maybe this young man.
Jay Moran. I see it different. I see it as if you cage an animal. Because think about when animals fuck people up. They've taken an animal from the wild. They've taken a lion and put it in their kitchen or their living room. And then the lion is like, I'm not supposed to be in this space. I'm supposed to be outside. That's when I think animals go wild, when you take them from the wild and you put them in a contained environment. I think sometimes if you're in a contained environment and they leave the gate open because you're so conditioned to being contained, sometimes you may not step outside of that area. Anyway.
No, I mean, I see that when I look at like certain prison movies where you have someone that's been locked up for so long that they don't want to go when the gate is open.
And I know certain people. I'm not going to even get into this conversation, but I know people that have been in the system for years, 25, 30 years, and they come home, and within 6 months to a year, they back in. They back. So it's hot out here in the streets, Lavish. It's hot. It's getting warm. I've been seeing you out and about. Don't have that look on your face.
No, I try to stay out. I try to move around.
You
when
moving
I can.
around. You listen. You moving around, looking good. Lavish is out here, y'all. No. So listen, I know. And when y'all, let me tell y'all something. When you see the Lavish one out, ain't that something? The Lavish one. It's when you see, look at this arrogant ass. When you see the Lavish one out, make sure you come up to him and speak to him and approach him. Now, here's the thing. The Lavish one is going to be lavish when you see him out. So if you go on his page, on his Facebook page, he was recently at a very prestigious event with a tuxedo on. And I don't know why people do this. They'll go look at your picture, and I can always tell when you done posted the picture.
Wow, what happened?
Because I started getting messages in my Facebook.
You start getting messages.
So wait a minute.
Because I posted pictures.
So listen,
let's hear
stay
this.
with me. So you went to the Barristers Ball.
Correct.
Okay, and if you don't know what the Barristers Ball is, it's a great event. They do it every year, and it's everybody that's related to it's judges and attorneys and paralegals, and it's a major event, black tie, and the who's who is always at the event. So Mr. Lavish went to the event. Now, y'all know Mr. Lavish is very charismatic, and he has a big personality, And the Lavish one is always out. I think you should get a T-shirt that say the Lavish one.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Who are our sponsors? Sponsors, we need a T-shirt that say the Lavish one. So he went to the event, and a lot of times he'll post pictures, and it'll be like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm in my bed asleep. I start hearing ding, ding, ding. I'm like, who's sending me a message? I'm getting messages in my messenger about you at an event with a tuxedo on. Lavish so look nice in that tuxedo. You need to be in his messenger telling him that. Why you telling me?
Oh man.
Then I got 2. Why wasn't you there? Cause I wasn't. Y'all should have been there together. Listen, we can't. We not Siamese. We are not connected at the hip. We can't always be together. But I always know when you done been out socializing, because I get some kind of message. I won't say it's snitching, but they always let me know. Lavish look nice. You see that picture? Dang, Mr. Lavish dressed up nice.
Oh man.
So
I appreciate that.
No, you got a fan club.
I got it. Well, hey, I didn't know, but I definitely
you got a fan club.
Appreciate that.
You got a fan club. Then I got some old heads that be like, so you do that podcast with that little young man with the tow truck. Then one of my older friends said that he about 65. I said, yeah. I see that tow truck everywhere. That's nice looking young man. I say, thank you. Mm-hmm. You like him young. I promise you, and I'm going to say this again. Every 2 or 3 months, I got to say this.
You got to say it. Go ahead.
Lavish don't know if I'm a rooster or a hen. I don't even see him in a lustful, I don't see him like that. So y'all gone with y'all game.
They going with their games. Okay, Coco, here's something else that I want to...
But it can't be nothing too deep. I can't be too grown. I want to talk about dating, though.
We can talk about that, but let's go, since you said something about dating, we can speak on this as well first. I'm scared. Because I want to talk about...
I'm scared.
Over the past week, we had an individual who was kidnapped, a nurse that was kidnapped down at the DMC. Yeah. And later found dead in the back of her car at her apartment. And the same individual, the suspect, they're linking him to a missing person case that happened back in 2011.
Okay, it was 11, okay.
By the same individual. Now, you want to talk about dating. And I don't have daughters. Okay. I don't have daughters, but the fact that you have relatives, cousins, nieces, whatever, aunts, and a mother, and when they go out and we talk about dating, the fear of letting your loved one go out here not knowing what might happen, because the way that these guys are set up in today's world is totally different from the era I grew up and people from, before. I mean, it's almost like, how can a woman, what's the word? How can she happily choose to go out on a date without being in fear? Because it's almost like if you're going out on a date, and I know a lot of women, they like to be private. Some of them like to tell everybody where they're at. Me, I know I'm a private person. So now if you got a female out here that's a private person, who would know if something happens? And then do she need to do someone need to pretty much shadow people on dates now? So, is that creepy or is that protective?
So it's interesting that you mentioned all of that. In other cultures, they do supervised dating. In other faiths and religions and other cultures, they do supervised dating. But here is and I'm saying this, okay, because women, we want to see, for the most part, the good in somebody that we may be attracted to. We don't want to see him as the terrible things that people might have said he is or whatever. But I want to tell y'all, young ladies and old women, it's some truth in that. If some gossip come to you or come near you, if it's 10 minutes of gossip, it's about 3 or 4 minutes of truth in that. And young ladies, you cannot love a person's issues away. The healing process, you can be present in the process, but they have to start their healing process, whatever it may be, on their own. So, Lavish, you said earlier that we throw the word mental illness around too much. But I think in this instance, for this young man who has already had a history of dating somebody and she came up missing, and they interviewed the young lady's brother, for him not to date, and not only date, he was in the parking structure where this young lady parked her car, forced her to scoot over, took the vehicle, and drove off somewhere and took her life. It is sad on so many layers. And I know there are people that would defend his behavior, his family, and I don't know, don't inbox me, don't call me, because I'm gonna answer your questions and you ain't gonna like how I answer them. But there are people that would probably defend his behavior and may say, oh, she did this, or oh, she did that, or whatever. I want to just say this. If you trying to date somebody and they give you an sign, and when I say an sign, any sign, there might be a glitch in a matrix, you need to get the hell on. And don't say, well, he had a hard life. And oh, well, listen, we done all had some hardships in our life. We done all been through something. We have all experienced something. How do you deal with that? We have all witnessed something to some degree, and I don't care what pedigree you come from, how much money you got. Everybody has had some level of trauma in their life. It might have been minor trauma, whatever. But when you start to show behavior that is not regular, or it's something minor, but you want to go off and all that stuff like that, ladies and men, get the fuck on. Bye. I don't care. I don't care how fat her ass is. I don't care how good her Gop 3000 is. Ladies, I don't care he didn't spent the bag on you. I don't care. And I'm just saying this. Your life is more valuable than any of that. When they give you a sign. Now, if y'all having a healthy conversation and all of that, and he expressed to you that he done been through some stuff, and she expressed to you she been through some stuff, and she say, listen, I'm on my healing process and my healing journey, that's different. But if you all go out to dinner, let me give you some examples so you'll know. And you listen to the Lavish and Coco podcast, like us, share us, and subscribe to us. And what up to our folks that check us out? If you go out to dinner and they get his order wrong, and they bring his food to the table and his order wrong, and he go all the way off. I told y'all it. He go all the way off. That's a sign. And I know y'all like, no, that is a sign. And it's a sign for both sides. Fellas, if you go out with her and she order her food and the food come back and it ain't right and she start going off and da-da-da-da-da, that is a sign. Because that lets you know that they don't have coping skills. I know you're saying, no. It's a difference between, hey, listen, especially something like food, where they could take your food in the back and put a Nike footprint on and bring it back out to you, and you won't even know it. It's a sign. If they got children and they ain't never with their children, never. It's a sign. You got to pay attention to the sign, and you got to know what's going on. But unfortunately, everybody want to be coupled up. They want a boo. They want a relationship. Oh, they this and oh, they that. And you hurry to get into something, and sometimes that something is not good.
I mean, I think that wanting a relationship, to want to be cuddled up, booed up,
that's beautiful.
Is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And what you want to do and what you should do. But it's like, how do you safely do it today?
You gotta let somebody know where you're going.
How do you safely do it? And even with that, people hide stuff very well.
Oh, listen,
they do. And that's like the whole scary part about dating in general. You don't know about domestic violence. You don't know about somebody's if they got any drug abuse problems,
all of that,
mental problems,
all of that.
I mean, there's a lot of different things that go into the factors, and then people are medicated.
Oh, and I really feel sorry, Lavish, and I want to interrupt you. I really have a sense of empathy for men. I really, really feel for you all. Because Y'all got so much stuff that y'all have to internalize, that the world says y'all got to be strong and y'all can't cry and y'all can't have no emotions and suck it up and tough it out, and you got to pay her rent and you got to pay her mortgage and all of that. And if you see something in somebody, a woman that you dating and it ain't right, and you say something, like if you dating a young lady and you see something, you say, hey, Coco, listen, let me talk to you for a minute. I'm dating this young lady and she did such and such and such and such. If I think that's erratic behavior, I'm gonna say, listen, you my new nephew. Hell no, get away from her. But the other side is, because me and y'all got all these false barriers and false levels that y'all got to live up to. You like, yeah, but she wasn't that crazy. I mean, she went off and she hit me in my chest and threw a glass against the wall, but that ain't that bad. I'm a man. I'm supposed to be able to handle that. No, because that behavior is only going to escalate and grow. It's women out here putting bars of soap in socks and hitting themselves with it and acting like.
Yeah. I just seen a video the other day. Some chick banging her head on the concrete.
Absolutely, and 9 times out of 10, if it's not trained, if the law enforcement agency is not trained, when they show up and they see a man standing there, they gonna automatically assume that you all are the culprit. So I really feel for the men, younger men that are out here trying to date, because y'all got a lot of stuff to deal with. You got this false image of these other guys telling lies. Y'all, listen, y'all lying. A lot of stuff y'all say, man, it is not true. Because y'all putting too many substances and chemicals in y'all body for you to be blowing these backs out like you say. Listen, let me tell you, no, this real life. This real life. I'm going to say this. Listen, this auntie. You see how I'm leaning over like I'm sitting on the porch?
Yeah.
Listen, if a man taking pills, smoking weed, drinking liquor, does not have a healthy diet, does not go to the doctor, the physician, or the dentist, and does not take care of himself, and his diet consists of whatever come in a styrofoam box from a restaurant, I'm willing to bet you his hookup, his joint is not going to be hard that long. You're going to get 3 minutes of dynamite diamond, and the rest is going to be soft in the middle and hard on both ends. You cannot beat your body up like that and sustain an erection. It is humanly and physically possible. Let me flip it to the
Impossible.
woman. Yes. If a woman taking pills, drinking Hennessy, she ain't eating right, she ain't bathing right, she ain't washing her hookup right, she ain't drinking no water, I guarantee you her hookup smell like something outside. I don't care. It's just whatever goes in your body exits your body. Whatever you put in your body exits your body. And if you never see that woman without eyelashes on, and you never see her without that weave or that wig off, she's not even giving her body a chance to breathe. So it's on both sides. You may get some sex from her, but I am sure it's some bacterial vaginosis and some other issues related to her vagina that's going on with that. I don't care how much body spray you spray on your hookup. If you are not putting the right things in your body, the right things are not coming out of her body. Fellas, you think I'm lying? Let her come to your house and pee. And as soon as she stop peeing, before she get a chance to flush or wipe or whatever, bust in that damn bathroom, and don't that pee smell like kerosene.
So you just gonna bust in the bathroom.
You stand outside the door.
I mean, you just gonna bust right on in. Startle her and everything.
Well, listen. Or you could be in there. She be like, I gotta pee. Be like, baby, go on pee. I guarantee you that pee gonna smell like kerosene. I guarantee you if you throw a match in there, your toilet gonna be singed on the inside. I be out. I be at restaurants. I be at clubs. I'm working. I've walked in the bathroom behind a woman and had to walk back out. Her box was like that. And some places you go, they got one him and one her. I walked in a bathroom, and the lady that had walked past me, the young sister had walked past me, beautiful, body, banging, everything. When I walked in there, behind her, walked in, I had to walk back out. And one of the guys doing security told me, okay, I said, I got to let that settle. I don't even want that smell in my clothes. And she was bad. All the fellas was on her all night.
Coco, it couldn't have been that bad.
Shit. I needed a Newport with that hard as I said, Lavish, let me tell you what it smelled like. She was, when I tell you she was gorgeous, but she smelled like she did not know how to properly wash herself. I got a friend, and I shouldn't tell this, but I'm going to tell it.
No, let's tell it, because
I'm
I
going to
want to hear it.
Okay, so listen.
All right.
Friend of mine work at the cleaners.
Okay, well, we know one of your cleaner friends. Okay.
Who?
I don't know. You said she worked at the cleaners, so we know she at the cleaners.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine work at the cleaners.
All right.
And when I take my clothes to the cleaners, I be saying I'm going to take a few, but it wound up being like $150 worth of clothes that I had to take to the cleaners. I know. Friend of mine worked at the cleaners, and one day it was slow, and I'm just up there talking to her. And she said, sis, she said, some of the most beautiful women, when they bring their clothes in there, she said, you should smell how their clothes smell. They got the business suits, the St. John's, they got the beautiful suits. I said, she said, listen, she said, I've had women dress pants, and they actually have stains in the seat of their pants. Not the men, the women. She said the pockets are dirty, full of makeup or whatever. I said, what do you do? She said, sometimes we'll put a note on them and put unable to clean and put them back in the bag, and they'll call them and have them come pick it up because they need to be washed and then cleaned. You a nasty ass wolf if you got a $500 suit.
Just a wolf, huh?
And the seat of your pants, your dress pants, got stains in them. And you sitting up at a bar with your legs crossed, acting like you all the time, talking about you want a shot of Remy VSOP. You need to douche with that VSOP and take your stanky ass home. I don't understand, but I do understand, but I don't understand. And it all come together. Fellas, don't ignore the sign. Ladies, don't ignore the sign. And we do. Like Lavish said, listen, the other night when it got chilly, I would have loved to have a strapping man, about 50-something years old, right behind me,
Coco,
watching the game.
Watching the game.
Watching the game.
Oh, I didn't know what you was about to say, man.
Why you throw your hands up like we was in church?
Saying, you kind of scared me for a second.
No. Just behind me, watching the game, and we talking mess or whatever. We are not designed to be by ourselves. We are made for companionship and all of those things. But in doing that, we have to pick the right person. And I don't care who you date. Domestic violence, I see it heavy in the lesbian relationships. I see it real heavy.
You said in the who relationship?
Lesbians.
The lesbians. You
Yes.
know what? I've seen that too. I laughed when I first heard about it, but that's like really serious. They really do be going at it.
Listen,
they be going at it.
And I don't want to say this, but especially if it's a stud in a film.
Yes.
Ooh, baby, listen. They finna fight.
I'll be like, wow. But that is something that most people don't know, that don't keep up with that kind of stuff, like me.
But you see it.
And I've seen it and heard it, with conversations with different individuals. And I'm like, y'all did what?
Oh, yeah.
She did what?
They bust windows out,
and
all kind of stuff.
It's worse than,
Yeah.
me and these girls, they going crazy over these girls, man.
But, okay, so here.
Scissoring and all.
You know how you know what they doing, Lav?
I asked if I don't understand, could you show me? Because I really don't know what you're doing.
Listen, the scissoring.
Let me sit in and watch.
They talk about the scissor, but the other element is, and like I hear men tell me, yeah, I want two women. Sir, let me just tell you this, and I know you ain't gonna believe this, because women have a very intimate feminine energy. If a man brings another woman into his relationship, when you leave, sir, it's going to be something going on between those two women that you're not going to be privileged to, because women have a different feminine energy. We
I can agree with you on that. I don't disagree with you on that.
Yeah, so it's different. It's just so much going on in the sex world. You almost want to fill out an application like, I just want a man that want to do the basics, the up, down, in, out, the round and round. I ain't finna put no strap on and peg you. I'm not finna do that.
I need a little bit more. I mean, not like that, but I just, I need just above the basics.
Okay, well, okay.
Yeah, I'm just above.
A little bit above.
Just a little bit. You know, we can be a little above traditional. Yeah.
Okay, so we gonna put it in packages. Yeah. So we gonna have the basic, like cable. You got the basics.
You got the basic.
Then you got the traditional.
You got your traditional.
And then you got the deluxe.
Yeah, give me. I don't need the Supreme.
That's the next one.
Don't. I don't need the Supreme. Just give me the deluxe.
So you don't want all the meat and the vegetables?
Yeah, I don't need all that.
Wait, the views and opinion expressed on the Lavish and Coco podcast.
The deluxe. I'm the deluxe type of guy. That's all I need is the deluxe package of sex, and I'm fine. Give me the spontaneous. We out and about, random.
Right.
I like that. We in the car.
Right.
We thrilling.
Right.
We
on the road trip.
We on the road.
Okay,
yeah. We at a rest stop. You know, I feel like those are things that are like fun, exciting, stimulating, and needed in the relationship.
So we're going to have to remember these packages, though. No, for real, for our latest shows, our episodes. What up, Robin, and everybody that's listening? Like us, share, subscribe to us. So we got the basic package, right?
You got the basic.
And then you got what's the next one? What did we say?
You got, what was that? No, not the deluxe. The deluxe is above the
Supreme and the deluxe, but what was another one?
I forgot what the other one was. We got to go back.
The
traditional.
We got the basic. We got the traditional.
We got the deluxe.
We got the deluxe, and then we got
the Supreme.
Yeah, the Supreme. We ain't with the
I'm not with the Supreme package, but the deluxe is just, it's just fine.
See, I'm somewhere between the what was the other package? Basic, and then what? Traditional. See, I'm between the traditional and the deluxe. I'm right between it. Now, at one point, I might have been between the deluxe and the Supreme, but right now I'm just between the traditional and the deluxe. I'm right there.
I'm deluxe. I'm deluxe. I need just a little bit more, but not over the top.
So wait. It's easier for me to do it. So I'm gonna tell you one of the strangest things that happened to me during intimacy.
Okay.
The views and opinion expressed on the Lavish and Coco podcast.
No, I want to hear this.
Basically, the names may be changed to protect those that are innocent. But I was right between the what do we call it? It's the basic.
You got the traditional.
So I'm between the traditional and the deluxe, right? But at this time, I'm more to So I was dating this guy, and he was a little more supreme than I was, because he liked to be bit.
Did you bite him?
I did a few times, but then shut up. Why you ask so serious? And my goofy ass gonna say, yeah, I did.
Because I need to know. The viewers, they need to know.
So listen,
they want to know. So you bit him.
He liked to be bit.
Did you say? Arr.
He liked it like that, like, Arr. And then he would tell me, break my skin. I said, no.
What do you mean break your skin? Like he wanted to see it, like
he wanted me to bite him where it broke his skin. I couldn't do that, but I would like bite him like that. So, I had this teddy on. His favorite color was purple, and I wore this purple teddy over to his house on some freak a leak. That's how you like it, baby. That's how I wore it over there. I went over there with a freak a leak. So I had the whole freak a leak outfit. And if any woman that has ever worn a freak a leak outfit, once you get to the crib, he got to hurry up.
I'm trying to figure out, just so I can be on the same page. What is a freak a leak outfit?
So the freak a leak outfit is the negligee, the lingerie. You got the whole hookup on. You got the stockings with the garter belt on. You got the thong on. You got maybe glitter on your body, or you may have you got the whole zhuzh on. You got lipstick on. You got a bra that for most part is just smashing your titties like this.
Oh yeah, you should do it on there.
So
do it one more time.
Okay. See, that's that deluxe. So so I went over his house. And we was drinking and smoking and talking and all of that. And this was with my heavy weed era. And I said, listen, I got to take some of this off. He's like, okay. So I took off. I had on stockings. I had on heels. So that let you know how long ago I took the stockings and the heels off. He said, well, take the teddy off too. So I took the teddy off, right?
All right.
And I'm sitting there comfortable. I'm real comfortable in my nakedness. I just want you to know that I'm comfortable in my nakedness. So I'm sitting there, and he took the teddy and was like holding it, looking at itself. And I said,
that's suspect. Carry on.
I said, put it on.
Oh, hell no.
And he did.
Coco, you just wanted to see if he was gonna do what you said do.
No, listen. So listen, he put the teddy on.
Suspect.
Listen, well, it not necessarily.
Suspect.
No, listen, not necessarily.
Okay,
it wasn't suspect to me. And we had some of the most disrespectful sex with him with that teddy on.
Suspect.
I'm not gonna say it's suspect because there are a lot of men. See, we gotta stop putting everything in the box.
I'm not putting nothing on
Lavish,
that a woman wears. No female underwear,
okay, so
lingerie, none of that.
Is it sexy? Okay, if you got a woman and she spend the night at your house and she put on your t-shirt or your button-up shirt or whatever, is that sexy to you?
To me, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so why it can't be equally as sexy to a woman to see a man and he put her teddy on? I know y'all tearing these comments up. I know. So
suspect. Cause it's a difference.
Talk about the difference.
Okay, the difference because the guy is here.
The
guy is
and where's the woman? Where's the woman?
Wherever the woman is at, she's in that tier. So she can do certain things, you know, she can do whatever that he likes. You can't take that guy and put him in this tier. It's just different, man. It's just fuck that.
Well, listen, I didn't think.
Listen, man. A guy should be a man should be a man, and anything feminine and dealing with female clothing, lingerie, that is not acceptable.
That make him suspect.
Yes, because you know what? Would that man go out publicly and take a picture in that? Because you can take a woman and you can put her in a man's shirt.
So you can think put her in that's a double. That's I can't think of the word. I don't think it's
a double
fair.
Standard.
Yes.
Listen. Here's the thing, and some women they don't want to admit it, especially some of these alpha females. I
don't know what that means.
Listen,
I know what it means, but
all right. I don't want to sound like I'm being a male chauvinist.
Okay.
But it is a difference between a man and a woman. And certain things that a man does, even though a female possibly could do it, doesn't mean she should. And we're not equal on everything. And I stand firm on that. We are not equal. A man and a woman is not equal on everything. It's certain things that, yes, we are equal because we're human. But on certain levels,
we can't.
A man should never put no woman's lingerie on, no heels. What is sexy about a woman seeing a dude look like? And I cancel culture. I can't cancel culture. I can't say what I would say if it was 99. Yeah. However,
I know
that's not right.
It was. So let me say this. It was something sexually intriguing about him having this teddy on. Now listen. Let's do this. Would I want to see a man that I'm with now in that? Probably not. But at that moment, I was like, that's kind of okay. I don't know. And listen, I don't know what in me that stirred. You see what I'm saying? I just told you I was between traditional and deluxe, man.
What's the difference between the deluxe and the Supreme package?
Listen, the Supreme package is you come to have sex and you got a briefcase with all kind of tools and gadgets and plugs and gizmos and suches and all of that. So the Supreme package is everything. The deluxe is you can have intimacy based on whatever is already present in that space. The Supreme is you got a plug in, you got this, you got a rose, a dandelion, a tulip, all of that. I saw a chick on the internet with a whole stun gun, and she was shocking the heck out of her cookbook. I said, baby, that thing is dead. You have burned it ain't gonna work no more. It's like an old ass lamb chop. It's no longer it ain't no good. Just dig a hole and put your whole hook up in the put your puller shit in the ground. Just put it in the ground. So it is a difference for me. So any man that I'm with and we intimate, he gotta know it's only some stuff I don't. Let me tell you something.
Coco, you just carry on because you just said about it. You watched the guy, y'all had the most.
You know how long ago that was?
It doesn't matter. It still happened.
Oh,
it still happened.
Listen, let me say this.
Can you look at that guy the same way today?
Yeah,
as you did.
Absolutely.
Suspect.
Absolutely, I could.
Suspect.
Absolutely, I could and have and would never disclose who he is or anything like that. But absolutely, I could. I have. But
suspect.
Would I want a man that I'm with now to do it? No.
It still happened.
It did happen.
It's still, yeah.
Lavish, you gotta understand, it's a lot of shit in my life that has happened that I wouldn't want to repeat on. You understand me?
I mean, even when you try,
I wouldn't want to get chased out of the house with a pistol again, but it's happened.
Yeah.
I don't want to relive that shit.
Even when it comes down to sex, there are certain things that I personally feel as a man.
I know that men shouldn't do.
Right. And cross-dressing.
Is that cross-dressing?
In that bedroom at that moment, he was cross-dressing. He crossed the dress.
Man wanted to be bit and wanted his skin broken. So
that's the supreme package. Keep me at the deluxe. Keep me at the deluxe where it's just exciting and thrilling.
Don't nothing hurt.
Yeah, I mean, you experiment with light stuff.
Stuff that's already in the house. Like you ain't got to go outside.
I mean, it ain't got to be necessarily in the house.
I'm just saying wherever you at.
Yeah, wherever you at. On the balcony.
Okay.
On the beach. Knowing people walking by, the thrill of, let's do it. I'm not publicly trying to get caught, but the thrill of what if someone sees.
But that borders between deluxe and kind of supreme.
The supreme is over the top.
Okay.
Over the top. The deluxe is I'm having fun. I'm living life. I'm enjoying my mate. We open to do some things, but not everything.
Okay.
Not everything. We test the waters. You might even have a threesome.
Oh no.
That's deluxe. At the top of the deluxe. Okay. Before you go to the supreme, because then it starts coming with the foursomes.
That's the last line of deluxe, though. That's the last line of deluxe. When you start bringing other people in the room.
It could be thrilling.
Yeah, no.
But it's still borderline the deluxe package versus the supreme package.
You say the supreme.
Yeah.
Listen, so here's the thing.
Okay.
So literally there's a 20-year age difference between me and you. It's a 20-year age difference, right?
Okay.
But that's just telling for where you are sexually and where I am sexually. Like for me, I'm between the traditional and the deluxe. I'm right there. Like I want to do it and I want you to do all of this, but it's some stuff that I don't want you to do. I don't want you to do nothing.
What about licking
my booty?
Yes.
Oh no.
Is that the supreme or the deluxe?
That's get the hell out of my house.
Because listen, let me say this.
I don't like it. My booty was
listen.
My
I've never done it.
Slippery.
I've never done it.
I didn't like it. My booty felt too slippery. I talked about this on stage this weekend.
Okay, let's hear it.
My booty felt too slippery. When he tried it, I kept telling him no, and he tried it, and it was just, and I know what it was, y'all. I know it was an orgasm, but it was too wet. I just literally had to take a towel and just stick it in my booty like a hatchet because it was so much moisture. I don't like it. And maybe when me and my husband do whatever we do, when I get a husband, when I start dating, I ain't even dating yet. But maybe we could go back to that. But right now, no, don't leave my booty alone.
Listen, Robin said the anal is amazing. It's amazing. Now listen, I'm gonna say this. This is in my observation of conversation dealing with different individuals, mostly of the female gender. Mm-hmm. I'm learning that a lot of women now, more so, one, they enjoy anal sex. They enjoy getting their salads tossed. And they don't have a problem tossing salads either. And they don't like it. I mean, they don't have a problem with it. They like it. They enjoy it.
Do you like your salad tossed?
That's probably like the deluxe at the top of the deluxe, That's like the deluxe.
That's that last line.
Yeah.
That's that last line.
It's up there.
But it's a lot of men that like that.
They doing it, but guess what? Man, go ahead, man. If you already go ahead and just for the hell of it. Cause I'm thinking in my head, I feel like hey, shit. Why she over there talking all that shit about me? She can't unlick my ass.
Okay,
she can say what she want to say about me, but she can't unlick it. Make sure when she talking bad about me, she put that. She tell you that too. I'm just saying.
Call the police.
Yeah, but I'm not licking any ass.
You ain't gonna do that.
No,
you ain't gonna do her.
No.
So not even by accident, like you down in that area and you kind of slip and your tongue go in the garden instead of the driveway. You ain't gonna.
No, because I already listen. First of all, for me, I'm a late bloomer when it comes down to that type of stuff.
Okay.
It took a lot of persuasion. It took an old guy. Look, an old guy told me, he said, man, look, check this out, man. You ain't going down there taking care of business, man. It's going to be real easy for me to get your girl. And I was like, man, you go ahead and get her. And, man, people kept getting them. Like,
they kept.
I'm like, man, I gotta
listen to the Lavish and Coco
I gotta do something different, man. Cause, man, every time I look up, and then I try. Listen, let me tell you, this is a true story. I don't have no shame in this stuff, man. This is true. And I hope my mother ain't listening to this. None of my family. I hope they not listening to this podcast.
But they can always go back.
Yeah, but I'm hoping, because I don't think they pay attention. They just know I do it. So I hope they're not listening to say this, especially my mother. The first time that I tried it, right? Because I'm listening to my older cousin, and he's telling me, this is what you gotta do, man. You gotta do the foreplay. Because the girl said, man, you don't do nothing but just come over here, jump on it, and then that's it. I don't know nothing about the whole foreplay thing. So I try it, and I'm like, man, this, you right here.
Right.
I'm like, man, I'm right here, man. I gotta hurry up and, get to the business. The first 2 or 3 times that I went down below the waistline on a female, on a woman, because nowadays people gotta ask, you gotta be clear.
We already know. We know.
I didn't do it.
You couldn't?
No, I thought I was.
She didn't direct you.
She didn't. So here's the thing. She told me afterwards, like when I was talking about, I did it. She like, no, you didn't. So this is what I was doing, man. Listen, check this out.
If he showed me, I'm running.
I'm not gonna show you. So I'm down there.
Right.
But
You wasn't in there.
I'm not here. I'm here. I'm on top of the pelvis. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Shit. I'm going on what I see in the movies, not the porn. So I'm really
police.
I'm really on the pelvis. But I'm thinking that I'm doing something.
And she didn't know how to gradually direct you.
Correct.
To the yeah.
So I've never done it before.
Okay.
So I'm clitoris, all that, ain't none of that touch.
So you didn't even peel the mango. You didn't even.
No.
Okay.
Cause I didn't know you're supposed to have your mouth there.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at the movies,
it just was the mouth.
It's like here. It's on the top. It's on the bottom, the stomach, the top of the pelvis. And I'm thinking I'm doing something. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing foreplay, blah, 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 blah. I did like 3 different times. And I'm telling my cousin, like, yeah, I did it. And he like, well, did she do this? And I'm like, no, she ain't do that. And like, what? You ain't get her to do this? And he like, well, did you take your finger and do all that? So he's telling me all this stuff. And I'm like, listen, and I'm over 20. at the time. And I'm like, no, I didn't know I had to do that.
Yeah.
And he's, telling me that. So I'm like,
I'm gonna try this again.
I didn't, you know what I'm saying? So, so when I finally did it, the first time, that shit was gross as hell.
Was it the taste of it or the smell or?
It was
everything.
Me overthinking the fact that this is where you fucking pee at, man.
Yeah. Well, yes and no. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because your urethra is down a little lower. Yeah, but you didn't know that. You just thought everything. I know.
So I'm sitting there and it's like a water faucet, and I already don't like to touch shit. And I'm sitting there and I'm like trying to do it, and I'm like, I gotta stop. So I was like 45 seconds in.
And stop.
Yeah, she like, she like,
don't
go,
stop.
like do it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is the most horriblest shit ever. And like I said, it's my first official time.
This is hilarious.
Doing it. And this shit all on my nose.
It's supposed to be.
And I'm like, oh my God. So when I stopped, it was like, you're supposed to stop,
do a little something else.
I got up, went to the bathroom, and washed my face. I ain't know.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
But here's the interest. Here's the part. You said you were young.
Yeah.
But there are men that are twice your age that's still doing that. You understand what I'm saying? And they don't have nobody to consult or talk to. So listen, I know y'all have enjoyed the Lavish and Coco podcast today. We're here. We're available. You can hire us to come out, and actually we will come and broadcast from one of your events. Of course, this won't be our topic or our subject matter.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
Whatever you want it to be, and all those things like that. We doing more to get into the community, and we are very active in the community. We may not broadcast what we do all the time, or where we was at, or how we volunteer, and the services that we offer, or whatever. But we are definitely active in the community, and we doing stuff. To everybody that's, being intimate, I got to say this. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, whether your mother is still here with you, to all the women and aunties and everybody that has ever nurtured or poured into a child. Happy Mother's Day. I had an amazing weekend, and I'm a little tired. I did 5 shows this weekend, and I had the privilege of performing at Funny Bone in Toledo. And if y'all don't know about chain comedy clubs, one of the things that you want to do is get into a chain comedy club, because they got like 20 other clubs, most of them all over the country. So I have been trying to get into the Funny Bone rotation for a while. And you say, well, Coco, you've been doing comedy 32 years. Yes, I have. And years ago, I was in the rotation of a lot of comedy clubs, but radio and life and all that stuff. So I want to say thank you and a big I love you to my girl, Ronnie Chanel, who did the work of getting me in the club. And I got to thank God. It ain't a second thought. I got to thank God for the gift that he gave me, because did my show at the Funny Bone in Toledo on Mother's Day. The show was sold out, standing room only. I did my thing. To everybody that was at the show, I had to leave right after I came off stage because I had to be back here at Burt's. So my show at Funny Bones was at 3, and my show here at Burt's was at 6, and I made it back on time. So I thank y'all for supporting me, and things are coming. And to everybody that got a dream, put your dream together, write it down, make it plain. That's in the Bible. I know y'all like, how's she gonna talk about the Bible? She was just talking about oral sex because God is working on me. But that's not an excuse, that's a reality. But write it down, write your vision down, make it plain, and we're gonna keep doing our thing. We're gonna keep doing our thing.
Yeah, we're gonna keep on doing our thing over here at the Lavish and Coco podcast, where you never know what you're gonna get.
No, and I'm imagining you. I'm looking at your face and imagining you in this whole process, and the taste of the salty Jello. That's what men say. Women taste like salty Jello.
No, it was, it's like, what? I've probably, because I don't, I steer away from that. It took me until I really caught feelings for somebody to really get into it.
Okay.
So it was a feeling thing. And then after the feeling thing, came along, and, it kind of broke me out. Then it became like a freak thing.
Y'all, did you hear that, y'all? Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
On Father's Day, it is a big comedy show going on at the Flagstar Strand Theater in Pontiac. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster outlets. Tickets are available at the Flagstar Strand. So let me tell you about this Father's Day show. And the people that are putting this show together. Amazing people, great group of people. Michael Collier is headlining the show. My man Josh Adams is on the show. Cletus Cassidy, and I'm hosting the show. Get your ticket. I just
had one of the flyers.
I know you did.
It's in the other room. Okay.
So get your tickets. Get a few tickets. We got a VIP package that includes a meet and greet with food and pictures and all that stuff after the comedy show. And we got a bunch of packages. Go to the website. You can either go to Damon Wright or either to Eye Wide Open Productions and check it out. Get your tickets. Michael Collier, Father's Day, June the 18th at the Flagstar Strand in Pontiac, y'all. I'm expecting y'all to show up and show out. We got to sell this boy out. Oh, okay, that's it.
We got to sell it out.
Yes.
All right, we got and Robin, she's just been such a freaking freak.
Robin, I love you. Robin is a part of the project that we doing at the Flagstar Strand too, but we'll tell you about that later.
Robin is just, she's on some freak
You know what? I love Robin. I love Robin because Robin is
a freak.
She my new niece. New niece. I ain't gonna get into that. Robin, I love you. We'll talk later on because it's time for us to fast.
Samantha, what's going on? Reggie, what's happening? Ty,
hey,
what's
Reggie.
up? Angela, Jennifer. We got people chiming in 2 times. What's up? Yeah, we got people that chimed in, man. I can't see everybody. Nicole, what's going on? Ken, you know, we out, man. We gonna catch y'all next week, 12 noon, Tuesday.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, ain't no telling what we talking about. I'm going to check in on the deluxe package.
What's the package that we ain't
not
doing?
The Supreme. So yeah, I'm about to order me up a deluxe. So we'll check y'all out next Tuesday.
We love y'all. Stay safe, stay out the way, and be kind and be nice to people. And it ain't always about you.
That's right.